Was a tremendous success thanks to several bunker-buster bombs that penetrated a mountain and exploded deep underground. Fordo, the nuclear plant, really no longer exists. We'll get the full assessment in days ahead. Now, there will be a lot of hard work ahead in terms of achieving a lasting peace. That will include checks and balances and measures in place to prevent Iran from ever rebuilding anything nuclear. This should also include Iran's recognition of Israel and, of course, anywhere, any place, anytime inspections, and that would be American inspections. And, of course, a full accounting of all enriched uranium that the Iranians may have moved. That has got to be a part of it as well. My message to Iran, tried to warn you before Donald Trump dropped those bunker busters. If you think you will be clever and you think you'll be able to use your proxies like Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthi rebels, or others to attack Israel, then that war will be back on immediately, and Donald Trump will not come to the rescue and stop Israel this time. He knows that they are acting on orders from you, the Iranian leadership, or whoever's left. From this point forward, Iran's radical leaders, they are committing suicide any and every time they dare attack Israel, either directly or indirectly through their proxies. But what President Trump has been able to accomplish in the last week is incredible. It is historic. So many presidents talked about it. None of them ever did it. Of course, it is driving the Democrats and the media mob predictably absolutely crazy. Instead of congratulations, we are seeing condemnation from the left. Insanely, some are even accusing Donald Trump of committing any illegal act. And even today, 79 Democrats in Congress voted to impeach the president for daring to breach the 1973 War Powers Act, which, as Greg Yeara points out, quote, it is a notification requirement, and he did notify the leadership on the Democratic side and Republican side in Congress, not a prohibition on the president's right to exert military action, and the president did in fact notify those people in Congress he needed to notify. Just to be clear, as Greg Yeara points out, under Article 2 of the Constitution, the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and that empowers him to direct military operations to deter foreign threats to our national security without conferring with Jasmine Crockett. Now, this has been well established over the course of our republic. No president has ever abided by the War Powers Act, ever. And the act itself even allows presidents a 60-day window to strike at any enemy if they deem necessary. On top of that, after 9/11, Congress specifically authorized additional powers for a president, granting explicit power to target nations linked to terrorism. That would be Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror. But if Democrats actually disagree with these facts, where then was the outrage when Joe Biden bombed Afghanistan, Syria, Yemen, or when Barack Obama ordered strikes against Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Somalia, Pakistan? Obama even ordered a drone strike against a U.S. citizen in Yemen, and yet Democrats then didn't care a whit. In fact, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George H.W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford, Richard Nixon, Lyndon B. Johnson, all ordered strikes without congressional approval. There's your Hannity history lesson. But Democrats, why let facts get in the way of a great smear campaign against President Trump? They live, eat, breathe, sleep hating Trump. If the dog bites, the bee stings, you're feeling sad, blame Trump. If Trump cures cancer, blame him for that too. They don't like Donald Trump. They don't like that he has emerged as the real, one true leader of the free world. Other presidents only made proclamations about Iran and their nuclear program. Donald Trump brought them to their knees. Other presidents politely encouraged NATO members to, take their defense seriously, pay their fair share. Donald Trump got them to start paying their fair share as of today. Other presidents looked the other way while Europe was piping in oil and gas at lower rates from Russia, funding Putin's war machine, while Donald Trump was calling them out for doing that very thing and then wanting money for defense. And now, by the way, at the NATO meeting that's going on in the Netherlands, Europe's leaders have finally come to the realization that President Trump has been right the entire time about every major issue facing the world. Here with reaction, U.S. Ambassador to Israel, our friend, Governor Mike Huckabee. Governor, you wrote a very, very touching public note to President Trump that he even responded to publicly. And you said, and you committed yourself to being the last person to leave that embassy if necessary. What has life been like for you under those circumstances?
Well, it's been certainly an interesting time to be in Israel and to be President Trump's ambassador here, but also a time to be very grateful to this president. I've never been so proud to be in a position where I'm serving someone that I have confidence in. And he has really demonstrated over these last few weeks the reason that Americans elected him overwhelmingly. President Trump has achieved something I don't think anyone else on earth could have done, no other time in history. And that is that he has been able to bring people together that otherwise would never have been together. And I'm not saying that they're going to have a campfire, sing Kumbaya, toast marshmallows, and have a group hug. But I'm saying that after weeks of having to run to the shelters every night, several times at night and during the day, Israelis went to sleep last night, and all of us who are here, Americans, Israelis alike, slept through the night. It's been a remarkable thing, and we have Donald Trump to thank for that.
What I laid out a series of conditions that will be negotiated with Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, and the Mideast envoy, Steve Witkoff. I have confidence in both of them, but it's got to include, in my mind, anywhere, any place, anytime inspections. It's got to be an accounting for the enriched uranium that apparently went missing, according to reports. It's got to include that the Iranians cannot use their proxies, the Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah, as a means of attacking Israel and continuing their onslaught. I think all of that has to be factored in. Would you agree?